Welcome to today's edition of the program, NAGAFF Cargo Watch, reaching you through this channel 97.7 FM, the station to be. We have an interesting package for you today. First, our news digests, recent happenings at the ports, including interactive sections on Biodogu, customs effort to move bottlenecks. So, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the program. I am Ruth Son, your host. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break. Now the news. I am Ruth Sunday, and reading the news with me this morning is
Fabian and I.
Government approved freight forwarders NAGAFF has urged the federal government to launch a full-scale investigation into four maritime associations for alleged economic sabotage. The national president of NAGAFF, High Chief Tochukwu Ezisi, who gave this advice at a press conference in Lagos, raised concerns over actions it believes undermine national revenue collection in the sector. Ezisi listed the Association of Nigeria Licensed Custom Agents, ANALCA, the Association of Registered Freight Forwarders of Nigeria, the National Association of Freight Forwarders and Consolidators, NAFAC, and the National Council of Managing Directors of Licensed Customs Agents, NCMDLCA, as those to be investigated, accusing them of disrupting government revenue channels and resisting regulatory authority. Of National Council of Managing Directors of Customs License Agents, NCMDLCA, Mr. Lucky Amiworo had recently obtained a court ruling which declared the collection of practitioners' operation fee by the Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarding in Nigeria, CRFFN, illegal.
Of NAGAFF has called on the federal government to immediately deregister the four freight forwarding associations in the maritime industry over alleged economic sabotage and consistent undermining of the regulatory authority. In a hard-hitting press statement, the NAGAFF board accused the associations of ganging up against the Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarding in Nigeria, CRFFN, despite having benefited from the same system in the past. It says the groups have a history of disrupting the sector, failing to meet financial obligations, and now hiding behind the court judgment to frustrate the CRFFN's mandate. NAGAFF described the group's action as a threat to government revenue and urged the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, to act swiftly by recommending the withdrawal of their certificates of registration with the Corporate Affairs Commission. The association went further to pass a vote of confidence on the CRFFN registrar, Mr. Kingsley Igwe, praising his leadership and reforms within the freight forwarding space.
Similarly, the National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAFF, has shed light on the implications of the new Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023, particularly with regards to the regulation of customs representatives. According to the statement recently issued by Dr. Clement Iwebuna, the National Publicity Secretary, NAGAFF, on Thursday, the primary condition for being granted permission to become a customs representative is contained in Part 7, Section 103, Subsection 4B, and Section 106, Subsection 3D of the Act, which stipulates that such a person must be a certified member of a freight forwarding association approved by the federal government. The release suggests that this development may be the reason why the Association of Nigeria Licensed Custom Agents, ANALCA, and the National Council of Managing Directors Licensed Customs Clearing Agents rejected the new nomenclature, customs representatives. The new law appears to recognize only members of NAGAFF and the Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarding in Nigeria as legitimate freight forwarders. The release also advised the management of the CRFFN to stop challenging a court judgment obtained by a factional leader of NCMDLCA, which declared that customs license agents are not freight forwarders. Furthermore, it suggested that ANALCA and NCMDLCA members may need to join NAGAFF to be conferred with the honor of customs representatives. The implications of the new law and the court judgment are significant as they may affect the operations of various freight forwarding associations in Nigeria. The release called for an urgent meeting between the Ministers of Finance and Marine and Blue Economy to harmonize the operations of the Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023 and the CRFFN Act 2007.
The Chief Executive Officer of Bomara Group, Hajia Bola Musi, a prominent figure in Nigeria's maritime industry, has voiced her concerns over low female representation in the freight forwarding subsector of the maritime industry. She emphasized the pressing need for gender inclusion in this vital area of the maritime field. Hajia Musi, who stated this while fielding questions from our crew in her office in Apapa, Lagos, expressed disappointment over the limited participation of women in freight forwarding despite their increasing presence in other maritime sectors. With over 30 years of experience, Hajia Muse believes that women are not only capable but also crucial for the industry's growth and modernization while crediting her success to self-discipline, ongoing education, and strong leadership principles which has earned her the respect of her male peers. She discarded the idea that women in maritime are seeking special treatment, asserting instead that they are merely asking for equal opportunities to make significant contributions to the field. In the logistics and barge operations subsector, the current financial secretary of the Nigerian Barge Operators Association noted that many clients prefer to work with female freight agents due to their reliability and ethical business practices. Hajia Muse, the former national treasurer of Association Agents, ANALCA, called for greater advocacy, mentorship, and awareness initiative to inspire more young women to pursue careers in freight forwarding. She insisted that the industry must actively work to eliminate existing gender bias to pave the way for the next generation of female leaders, adding, and I quote, freight forwarding subsector should no longer be viewed as a male-dominated space. If Nigeria is serious about fully utilizing its blue economy, women must be included in the equation, unquote.
The flag officer commanding Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral Michael Gregory Omen, says there is no justification for Nigeria to remain on the war risk insurance list. The naval boss, who bared his mind during a visit by the executive members of the Maritime Reporters Association of Nigeria, MARAN, in his office in Lagos, described the continued war risk classification as unjust and damaging to Nigeria's economy, especially as the country's waters have remained piracy free for over 3 years. Rear Admiral Oman commended Maran for its advocacy and pledged deeper collaboration, hinting that journalists may soon be allowed to observe naval sea exercises as part of transparency efforts in securing the Gulf of Guinea. He pledged their full support for the event while accepting to deliver a paper as well as use their platform to showcase the efforts made in securing Nigeria's maritime domain. Speaking earlier, the president of Maran, Godfrey Bivery, said that the 2025 Maran Annual Maritime Lecture would focus on the burden of war risk insurance on Nigerian maritime trade.
Meanwhile, the Maritime Reporters Association of Nigeria, MARAN, is rallying the Nigerian maritime industry creme de la creme, including the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, Tantita Security Services Limited, Engineer Greg Ogbeifu, and the Maritime Security Providers Association of Nigeria, MASPAN, among others, to MAMAL 2025 lecture. The association said in a release that frontline maritime lawyers are also billed to attend, including Mrs. Funke Agbo, SAN, and Dr. Emeka Akobogu SAN, who is also expected to deliver a keynote address at the occasion. Also, terminal operators and the Chief Executive Officer of Laylock Books, Chief Mrs. Chinwe Ezenwa, are also on the list. Other associations expected to attend include the Nigerian Trawler Owners Association, NITAO, the African Ship Owners Association, ASA, the Ship Owners Association of Nigeria, SWAN, and Nigerian Shippers Association, NISA, and the National Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAFF. Maran also announced that Mama 2025, previously scheduled for August 28, 2025 at the Co Hotels, has now been rescheduled for August 27, 2025 at the Four Points by Sheraton Hotel, Victoria Island by Sheraton Hotel. The event, which has the theme addressing the burden of war risk insurance on Nigerian maritime trade, will focus on the persistent imposition of extra war risk insurance premiums on vessels operating in Nigerian waters and the Gulf of Guinea. The lecture will host strategic dialogues on maritime security, the impact of global shipping insurance practices, and the way forward for stakeholders in fishing, shipping, and broader maritime sectors. Stakeholders' participation in the forthcoming MAMA 2025 is considered critical and timely to help shape actionable outcomes and reinforce industry advocacy for safer waters and fairer trade conditions.
First edition of the program. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Of NAGAF. And listeners at home, freight forwarders, you can join us in this section by calling this number 0700, yeah, hold on, 00700 700 the first person who attended the program is online now. Please, can we hear him? Hello? Yeah, good morning. All right, how are you this morning? Yeah, you attended the program yesterday, training program. Yeah, what is it all about, please? Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay. Will you say that your worries were well addressed yesterday?
And listeners out there, please, this is much we can take on today's edition of the program. You have heard it all. The the era of complaints regarding the Odogo system is gradually fading off. So everybody is have been encouraged to key in into the system. If you're an importer, if you're a freight forwarder, if you're a customs agent, you are being encouraged to key in into this new system for seamless um, processes of your documents. And with that, we say kudos to Nigeria Customs Service. And this is where we can say bye bye in today's edition of the program. But before I go, Fabian,
Well, have a pleasant weekend.
thank you. Henry,
Have a good weekend.
all right. Riley,
Have a nice weekend.
thank you. God bless you.